Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today because we're talking about something truly extraordinary. We are talking about laying the foundation for your very own future. You know, when an architect looks at an empty plot of land, they don't just see a pile of dirt, right? They see the potential for a towering skyscraper. But, well, before they pour a single ounce of concrete, they need a plan. They need a structure. And that's exactly what we're looking at today. A very specific, incredibly exciting document, a career overview designed exactly for school students. It's called Robotics Engineering, a Blueprint for Future Innovators. Think of this explainer as your personal drafting table. We're going to unroll that blueprint, smooth out the edges, and see exactly how you can build a spectacular career in one of the most dynamic fields on the planet. So I want you to ask yourself a question right now. Are you a future innovator? Yeah, I'm talking directly to you, the middle and high school students watching this. You are standing right on the threshold of tomorrow. Are you ready to step into the shoes of the ultimate problem solvers of the future? Because let me tell you, that is exactly what this field is looking for. It's not looking for people who just, memorize facts from a textbook. It is actively searching for the builders, the thinkers, the dreamers, the kind of people who look at the world's most complex challenges and say, hey, I can build a solution for that. If you've ever taken something apart just to see how it works, or imagine a machine that could make people's lives easier, well, you already have the spark. And this explainer is all about how we fan that spark into a roaring flame. Okay, let's dive right into Section 1, Meet the Robotics Engineer. The foundation. According to our blueprint, a robotics engineer isn't just some standard job title. It's explicitly defined as a career path focused on innovating the future. And honestly, that phrasing is absolutely crucial. As a career overview specifically tailored for school students, it frames the profession not as a stagnant desk job, but as an active, forward-moving mission. You aren't just maintaining the status quo here, you are literally pulling the future into the present. The entire foundation of this career is innovation itself. It's about looking at massive fields like healthcare, space exploration, manufacturing and environmental protection, and engineering automated, intelligent solutions that simply did not exist yesterday. Now, what's really interesting about this next point is the contrast. You might expect that robotics engineering is essentially just playing with robots all day, right? Remote controls, flashy gadgets, straight out of sci-fi movies. But the reality? The reality is a deep, thrilling combination of problem solving, math, coding, and design. This is the concrete, the steel, and the wiring of your foundation. The math isn't just boring worksheets, it's kinematic equations that calculate exact spatial movements. The coding, that's what gives the machine its algorithmic logic and, essentially, its brain. And the design involves sophisticated CAD software to ensure the robot actually functions efficiently and safely in the physical world. And the problem solving, well, that's the glue holding the whole shebang together. You are literally learning the language of the future. Moving right along to Section 2, a blueprint for students, the scaffolding. Let's see how this builds chronologically. Step 1, you are a school student. That's your current reality, right? Sitting in a classroom, learning the basics. Step 2, you explore the career overview. This is the crucial bridge. This is where you actually take the math and science you're learning in school and connect it to a real-world application. You read the blueprint, and you start to understand what the job demands. And then, Step 3, the robotics engineering future. By following this blueprint, you transition directly from a classroom learner to an active participant in a STEM career. You aren't just wandering aimlessly through your education anymore, you're intentionally climbing that scaffolding toward a very specific, super exciting goal. Of course, to climb that scaffolding, you're going to need the right gear, and here is your blueprint toolkit, straight from the source. First up, Career Overview Insights. This means really paying attention to what the industry actually needs, the skills we just talked about, like CAD design and algorithmic logic. Next, focus on future innovations. This is telling you to always look ahead. Don't just study what robots do today. Study what they're going to need to do in 10 or 20 years. And finally, direct pathways for school students. This is perhaps the most empowering part of the entire overview. It shows that the path isn't some big mystery. There are concrete steps you can take right now, like joining a first robotics competition or signing up for a Python coding camp, that are designed to take you from a curious student to a fully qualified engineer. This bulleted list isn't just a set of ideas, it's your personal map to success. Which brings us to our final section. Section 3, Innovating the Future, the Pinnacle. So, the crucial point here is this. The transition from school student to future innovator starts with a single blueprint. Think about it. The massive, world-changing innovations of tomorrow, the robots that will explore Mars, the nanobots that will cure diseases, the automated systems that will clean up our oceans, they will be built by magic. No way. They're going to be built by people who were once middle and high school students, exactly like you. But those students didn't just stumble into those roles by accident. They started with an overview. They gathered their tools in math and coding, they understood the design, and they followed a pathway. This career overview is literally the starting line for the next generation of creators. And that leaves us with one final, absolutely vital question to ponder. What will you build when you start your blueprint today? You've got the overview. You know the tools you need, the problem solving, the math, the coding, the design. You can see the pathway clearly laid out from your school desk all the way to a robotics lab. The materials are all right there waiting for you. Honestly, the only thing missing from this construction site is the architect, and that's you. So I challenge you to take that very first actionable step today. Dive into a coding class, join a robotics club, or, just start sketching out that crazy machine you've always dreamed of. The future is yours to build. Let's get to work.